In every single basic tapping training, the thing an instructor will say over and over again is when you tap, you need to be as specific as possible. And I actually think this is a phrase that causes more confusion than clarity. If you are struggling to be specific with your tapping, I have a really simple, easy approach for you that's going to make it so much easier. Hi, my name is Monterastelli. I am the editor of Tapping Q&A. Once again, we are here to answer your questions on how you can get the most out of tapping so that it's not only a tool that you understand, but you use on the regular because it makes it so much better in our daily lives. It's certainly something that's transformed my life. And hopefully when we answer these questions, it makes it even easier for you to engage with it in that way. So the question today is from Harry. And Harry says, what exactly do you mean to get specific? How do you get specific? So the phrase that I think is really, really important that most people use when they're learning tapping is the instructor says, you will need to be as specific as possible. And oftentimes we mistake specific as possible for being specific. And sometimes being specific as possible might not be very specific at all. You know, I could be in a circumstance where I don't like the job that I have. Now, that doesn't feel very specific, but that might be the only thing I know. I might not know why I don't like the job. I might not know what I want to do instead. I might not know what the alternatives are. And so at that point, it's not really a specific plan and it's not really a specific way forward. It's just as much as I know. The exact same thing is true when we are tapping. The place that we start is being as specific as we can in that particular moment. And sometimes being as specific as we can is not very specific at all. But the really cool thing is while we are tapping, we are changing our resource state. And as we change our resource state, things come into clarity. Because in the beginning, I can be really frustrated and really angry, and the only vocabulary I have is like I can't even say anything. So if I'm tapping on that, I'm just like, I am so frustrated. I am so frustrated because I can't believe things are not going as planned because I was counting on this and now it's happening. And you can see as I do that, clarity shows up. And that's because when we're tapping, we're starting to, all we need to do is tune into what's going on. And if I'm really, really frustrated, I don't have to tune in to be really, really frustrated. You know, oftentimes people will use a SUD scale where they're saying from 0 to 10, how big is the thing? Well, if I have a client in front of me who is crying and they're really, really sad, I don't have to say 0 to 10, how sad are you? It's obvious they're really sad and it's obvious that they're tuned into that particular thing. So I don't have to be able to give words to my frustration because when I am that frustrated and I am seeing red, I'm 100% tuned into that particular thing. And so as I'm tapping, I am already tapping on that frustration. And so the way I oftentimes like to think about this is I like to think about it like the mist in the morning, where as you look into the backyard, it's all misty. And as the sun slowly comes up, that morning mist burns away and it burns away. And as I'm looking into the backyard, it goes from mist to seeing the vague shape of a tree and the vague shape of a shed. And as more mist goes away, I can tell the type of tree that it is. And I notice that there is a rusty lock on the shed and I can see it's painted and I can see the chipped paint. And as it continues to go away, I notice there's a birdhouse and oh, look, there's some birds feeding. And so as the mist burns off the morning, it makes it clearer. The exact same thing is true when we're tapping. When we start tapping, we want to be as specific as possible, which might be super unspecific. And if you're looking for a really basic formula to figure out what that thing is, it's really two parts. This is what's going on. This is how I feel about it. So basically all we're doing is we're reporting the facts and we're saying how we feel. And sometimes the facts is things are screwed up and I hate it. Things are screwed up and I hate it. Things are screwed up because we've worked so hard on this and it's not working out the way that we want. We've invested all this time and money and boy, does it feel like it's going to be a waste if it doesn't work out. And so that clarity comes. And so the thing that is most important, I want you to hear this all really loud and clear. The thing that is most important with tapping is to simply start, because in the act of starting, it's going to make it significantly easier for you to engage with it. I used to go to a 6 a.m. workout class. And it was a walk away from here in my neighborhood. And when my alarm would go off at 5:23, I didn't have enough energy to work out, particularly if I'd been out the night before doing something social, didn't get to bed as early as I would like, maybe I had something to drink. And as I laid in bed, if the question was, do you have enough energy to work out? The answer was no. But I changed it because I realized to get to the gym, I had to walk down 6 flights of stairs. I had to walk 15 minutes across the neighborhood. As I was walking across the neighborhood, I was actually walking towards the East River. So the morning breeze is hitting my face. And so by the time I got to the gym, I was ready. So the question became not, do you have enough energy to tap, but do you have enough energy to put on your shoes? And if I had enough energy to put on my shoes, that was the momentum to start. When you are feeling something emotional, don't worry about being super specific. Be as specific as you can by just starting. Tap on the collarbone, take a nice big deep breath, scan your body. And if you do that, the information is going to continue to come forward. And all you do, just if you need to, imagine you're talking to me. Gene, this is what's going on. Gene, this is how I feel about it. This is what's going on. This is how I feel about it. If you tap on that over and over again, clarity is going to show up. So I hope you enjoyed that. For those of you who are new to tapping, we have an entire series on the most commonly asked questions for new tappers. These questions are laid out in such a way that makes it super easy for you to get even more out of the tool set. All you need to do right now on the screen is you'll see a link. Click on that, go to the playlist. We got lots and lots of videos there. If there's anything that I can do for you, drop me a note so we can answer it in a question in a video in the future. You can put it in the comments or send it to support@tappingqanda.com. Until next time, I look forward to talking with you and tapping with you again.